Hey, what's going on? It's Mitch from Mitch Reviews Everything. Today I'll be reviewing Protectors of the Universe from 1983. This one's from the IFD Films and Arts Company, along with Ada Audio and Visual. The English language version was written by Allison Campbell, and it was directed by Larry M. Jackson, and it was presented by Joseph Lai from IFD Films. Alright, let's get to the plot real quick on this one. This one revolves around a planet that seemingly forms overnight. There's a group of aliens on the planet known as the Cassiopeia who create a whole race of biomechanical robots. One of those robots is named Alfred, and Alfred immediately is just pure evil. He takes over the Cassiopeia, and then he sets his sights on the rest of the universe. He starts with a planet called Orion, and when he gets there, he just completely dominates, and the king sees that things are going completely awry. So he decides to load up a giant space train known as the Super Express with a whole host of children and the prince and the princess. And they decide they're evacuating to the planet Earth. Well, while en route there, they are attacked by Alfred and the rest of the gang, and the Earth receives a distress signal, so they respond by sending a giant fighting robot in the vein of Gundam, known as the Mazinga 7, to save the day and bring the Super Express back to Earth. Once they get back to Earth, they're met by the creator of the Mazinga 7 Super Express, a Dr. Howard. And now that the Super Express is back on Earth with the Mazinga 7, he can finally complete his super robot, and he combines the Mazinga 7 with the Super Express. And yes, it's a giant fighting robot with a train hanging off of it. Very cool. It's actually the coolest part of the whole movie. But this is where there's not really a hole in the plot, but this just makes absolutely no sense. Dr. Howard sees his creation, and he goes, yep, this is the plan. Let's take this right back to Orion and take the planet back from the evil Alfred. However, the children that I mentioned earlier, yeah, they never leave the Super Express. So they're just going to take them all with them as they try to take over. I have no idea why they didn't unload those children. It makes absolutely no sense. And one of the things that just makes you scratch your head, why would they take these children? But really, that's all I got for the plot. Let's go over a few other things about this movie here. Alright, let's get into the good and bad. And we'll start with the bad here, so it doesn't seem like I'm completely crapping on this movie, even though I'm going to kind of crap on it a whole lot. The animation, let's go there first. I mean, the animation's pretty poor, even for the time. You know, some of the art in this is just bad. Like, the character drawings are just bad. How they move is just, you know, it's very stiff. You know, there's no fluid movement in it. And like I said, some of the character drawings themselves, you're just like, wow, they didn't even try to draw that good. Just pretty bad. The voice acting is just horrendous. It seems like they had one take to do all the voices, and they didn't even look at the script before they read. The voice acting is very, very comical, and honestly, mixed with the bad animation, it's just a full onload of it. It's just kind of comical. You don't know if you're supposed to take this seriously or if this is some sort of movie it's basically a parody of an old animated film. It's that bad. The story itself is pretty basic. A lot of plot holes. I'm not going to dive into all those, but you can imagine. I think a lot was probably lost in translation. Apparently, the footage from this was animated by a Korean company, but I'm not exactly sure which one. I do know they ripped off a lot of the robot stuff. Alfred's main henchman, a character named Blackman, he operates a robot called something Ichi, but I don't know. It sounded to me like they were saying Under Ichi, but I don't think that's what it was. Apparently, that robot he's operating in this is a ripoff of, or possibly even footage from another anime called Brave Raiden. I've never heard of that one, but apparently that robot's a complete ripoff. And the Mazinga 7 probably is a complete ripoff of another robot, but I'm not sure exactly if it was or if it's an original robot. The look of, I mean, we'll get into the good now, I guess. I'm getting into the good here. The Mazinga 7 itself, it kind of looks pretty good. It attaching to the Super Express 7 is a pretty neat thing. You don't really see a whole lot of that. You know, trains attaching to giant fighting robots. That's always cool. That's pretty much the highlight of this film. You know, in the fighting itself with the giant robots isn't that great either. It's kind of comical. They use giant axes and stuff, but that's pretty much the best part about this movie. This movie's really just going to be, honestly, for die-hard fans of giant fighting robots. For the people who have seen everything else and they're now at this point in their lives where they may have never even heard of this film. I myself had not heard of this. I came across it looking through an IFD catalog of films and knew I had to watch it because I had giant fighting robots, but I was left with the feeling of, wow, I don't hate the fact I watched this, but not good. Not good. Not a good IFD film, unfortunately. But yes, if you've watched everything else and you're kind of looking at something to laugh at, I hate to say that, something to laugh at, but just with all the bad animation, the bad voice acting, yeah, unfortunately, you're going to probably be chuckling a little bit. I know I was, but anyways, not a great movie. I give this one a very low rating, unfortunately. Probably will never watch it again, but not sad I watched it. That's all I got for you on this one. This one has been another review regarding an IFD film, and I'm going to try to work my way through one day the entire IFD catalog. Probably won't ever happen, but hopefully I'll see you again on another one of these. I'm Mitch. This has been Mitch Reviews Everything.
This party tonight is for your enjoyment, Master.